Well, guys, liberal women are online projecting all of their insecurities and anger, and they are lashing out because Taylor Swift has the audacity to be in love with a man, want a white picket fence dream life, and allegedly because she is a racist. And on top of all of that, the fight for Taylor Swift's political allegiance continues. Now, Taylor Swift is arguably the most influential and important person in the entertainment pop culture world right now. And I'm not saying that because I like her music. I don't think you need to be a fan or a Swiftie. I don't even think you need to like her at all to acknowledge that that is the case. And because of that, both the left and the right politically are desperate to claim her as their own. But I'm sorry, right now the left is losing. Even though Taylor Swift endorsed Kamala Harris, has always been a Democrat, the left is losing, and it's their own damn fault. Before we get into that, though, make sure that you like this video and subscribe to our channel if you have not already. And as a reminder, starting next week, we have a new show scheduled 4 days a week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. I cannot wait to see you guys for all these new episodes, so make sure that your notifications are turned on. Before we get to your favorite part of every episode, where we make fun of insane TikToks and we laugh at these crazy women, don't worry, that is coming. I do want to just set the scene, and we need to talk about the conservatives, because I have to say, I initially thought that this most recent Taylor Swift battle was ridiculous. And obviously, you guys know, I have defended her. I like her music. I listen to her music. I was excited about this album, especially because it was supposed to be like more poppy 1985, her going back to her like fun, I don't know, just pop, fun, silly music. And on top of me just enjoying her, I also think that she is really interesting as a human being and very influential. And I like to talk about her influence and what that means for the world at large, especially for the young women who are obsessed with her. But I will say, I do always think that it's a little bit weird when people on the right, on my own side, are so desperate to claim a celebrity, I think that's the right word, for our side, that they will take any little conservative value or secretly conservative or more traditional thing that a celebrity does, you know, just basically as a crumb, and turn it into a whole cupcake. Like, this must mean that they are secretly conservative. This must mean that they have changed their minds about all of these different things, when really, it's just a person being normal. And this is sort of what happened when Taylor released her new album called Life of a Showgirl. For example, posts like this started popping up. In full disclosure, some of these posts are from people that I love, admire, and work with, but they've started popping up. Like Kristen Hawkins said, after Taylor Swift tricked a generation of young women to hate men, now she admits what we all know women want, a man and a family. And then she highlighted one of her lyrics from one of Taylor's new songs and said, "When I said I don't believe in marriage, that was a lie." Evie Magazine also put out an article. It was titled, "Taylor Swift Dreams of the Trad Life" in her newest album, Life of a Showgirl. Now, I didn't read the article at that time, but I was seeing posts like this, headlines like that. And my first response was to kind of nicely roll my eyes and chuckle and then just scroll and move on, because yes, in this new album, Life of a Showgirl, Taylor is talking about being in love and getting married and being really happy with Travis and finding her person after all of these years. And yes, I do think that that will have a net positive impact on her young fans, but she also sings about Travis Kelce's genitals in a song. Like, this is far from a conservative album. I do not need to die on the hill of Taylor Swift being a conservative because she's talking about getting married in this album. And I found myself agreeing with this Substack. It's written by a woman named Helen Roy. The title is The Life of a No Girl. And in one part of this article, she says, anyway, the most hilarious part of this release was the fact that conservative Twitter is now in a frenzy trying to convince themselves and the world that actually this is an album about secret feminist fantasies to be quote unquote traditional. Lord have mercy, could the ChatGPT trad slop get any dumber? And I related to this and I laughed at this because, again, this is something that happens all the time. A celebrity will do one tiny thing, will say one thing, oh my gosh, it is like the Sydney Sweeney American Eagle I have great genes thing, where the sororities started putting out, you know, their dancing videos at the beginning of the year. We did this whole episode about it. They were wearing jeans, and people on right-wing Twitter were like, everybody's conservative again. This is because of Sydney Sweeney. She's a conservative. They're conservative. All of these sorority girls are now Republicans. No. They were just dancing. They were just dancing, and they decided to wear jeans because, hey, every single person wears jeans. Girls in their 20s wear jeans, the sororities do dances. It was not because they're all secretly conservative and they're becoming brave in their conservative values because of Sydney Sweeney and American Eagle or whatever it was. Like, that is a great example of that. But back to Taylor Swift. The thing is, with posts like that of saying she lied to people, now she's changed her mind, Taylor Swift has never outright rejected marriage. She has never, hated men for the entirety of her career. Like, for years, she's been writing songs about being in love, wanting to be in love, wanting to be married. That is why her last 2 albums were so depressing after her Joe Alwyn breakup, because she was literally wanting to be married. In those albums, she literally wrote multiple songs about how she was waiting for a ring and how she desperately wanted to marry him and how he was stringing her along and she felt like she had wasted her youth on him because she wants to get married and have children. Now, in response to posts like those saying that she had this big conversion, that this was a big win for the conservative world, one girl on X said, "I'm not exactly a Swiftie, but I have heard most of her songs and I can't think of a single one that is about hating all men. I can think of," and guys, this is such a long post, I'm just gonna read some of these. "I can think of, quote, I like shiny things, but I'd marry you with paper rings. That's right, darling, you're the one I want. I hate accidents except when we went from friends to this. Talking rings and talking cradle." She's talking about having a baby. "I wish I could unrecall how we almost had it all." Another song lyric, "At dinner, you take my ring off my middle finger and put it on the one people put wedding rings on. That's the closest I've come to my heart exploding." She wants to be married. Also, the classic song from the beginning of her career, "He knelt to the ground and pulled out a ring and said, 'Marry me, Juliet.'" Like, that's the song that I was singing when I was 12 years old. Again, lyric after lyric after lyric. The girl concludes this post by saying, "I don't know, sounds like somebody who wanted to get married if you ask me, but what do I know?" Exactly. And that is why those posts were so ridiculous to me. So, like, tell me why now, after all of these years, after all of those lyrics and all of those songs, conservatives have decided that suddenly she isn't the evil feminist Kamala endorsing childless cat lady, and we all need to celebrate her. And meanwhile, liberals on the other side of the thing have decided that actually, after all of these years, because of this album in particular, Taylor Swift is actually an alt-right trad wife. And yes, that is exactly what they are saying online. I literally have a headache already. Thank goodness, though, I have Merrick Health to help. Because let's be honest, most of today's healthcare system isn't built to help you actually feel your best. And if you've been told that everything is normal, but you are still dealing with low energy, brain fog, stubborn weight, or mood swings, it is time to get true experts to help you. And that is where Merrick Health comes into play. They offer in-depth lab testing and personalized treatment plans to help you get to the root of what is actually going on in your body, whether that is hormones, nutrient deficiencies, or other imbalances. Merrick Health was instrumental in cracking the code on my own health journey, and I know that they will do the same for you. You can go full service and work with their expert medical team. You can get the tools and support that you need to actually improve your health with Merrick Health, not just manage symptoms and just get by. And because you are a Brett Cooper viewer and listener, you get 10% off your order. Just head to merrickhealth.com and use code Cooper at checkout. Stop guessing, start optimizing today, because real health means taking ownership, and Merrick Health gives you the roadmap. This album in particular did that to them. It has absolutely sent them into a tizzy. I don't know what happened. Their brains are breaking because of Life of a Showgirl. And I guess it's because finally, after all of these years, Taylor is not just dreaming about love and marriage, but she is actually in love. She is actually getting married. Hopefully we'll be starting a family. But because of that, people have lost their damn minds. And rather than just going online and saying, I don't really like the album, it's not really for me, I don't really relate to it right now, they are arguing that the album is bad, that it's not just bad because they don't like it, but that it is bad for society and bad for her brand and her career because she is propping up, quote unquote, right-wing propaganda. Literally, guys. And because she is secretly, it must mean that she is secretly becoming a conservative. Just listen to this. None of this is sarcastic. They genuinely believe this. This is how far we have fallen.
Okay, I lied. I actually do have one more thing to say, because I went on a run and that's where I do all of my best thinking. They're gonna tell me it's not that deep, but I actually do think it is that deep. The more that I listen to this album, and specifically the song Wish List, I honestly think it's quite sinister and it scares me. The reason why is because this is exactly how people enter the alt-right pipeline, is they find somebody who is this figure that seems kind of like palatable to them or relatable to them, like Taylor Swift, and slowly this person starts sharing right-wing messaging, like, I don't care about my career, I just want to have a house and kids with a white picket fence. And people people hear that, and slowly but surely they become more and more indoctrinated into conservatism.
Okay, there are so many parts of that video that are so hysterical to me. Number one, the fact that she starts the video off by saying, I went on a run and that is when I do my best thinking, so I'm gonna make this video. Ma'am, that was not great thinking. That entire video was utterly ridiculous. The fact that you are calling this album sinister because she is talking about being in love and her dreams of getting married with this man that she has just gotten engaged to, that is not the alt-right pipeline. That is not propaganda. In a normal society, that should just be normal. That should be common. That should transcend politics. And yet you are sitting here after your run, after doing your really deep, intense, academic, liberal, left-wing, feminist thinking, you've decided that it is sinister. And now you might be thinking, okay, Brett, that's just one person. There's a lot of crazy people out there. Just one person making a TikTok. No, it is not just one person. So let's go ahead and roll the clips.
Is Taylor Swift using her music to red pill you? In short, yes. This is trad wife, red pill, MAGA softcore being served to us in a pop album.
I've subjected myself to listening to Taylor Swift's new album, and the song Wishlist, yeah, that's trad wife propaganda.
I'm just so like, in this climate, you want the whole neighborhood looking like you, like Travis.
So rather than being relatable, she's going to give the image of the ideal white woman that white women are supposed to aspire to.
So are we finally acknowledging the fact that Taylor Swift is undoubtedly a Republican and this whole album is very trad wife coded?
There are hundreds, if not thousands, of TikToks and posts on X and Instagram and Blue Sky posts just like that have racked up hundreds of thousands of likes and positive comments. And a lot of people, like the woman in that first video, they're focusing on one song called Wishlist, where she talks about her life and her dreams with Travis. I want to read you the lyrics that have all of these people so triggered. So in the chorus, she sings, I just want you, have a couple of kids, got the whole block looking like you. We tell the world to leave us the F alone, and they do. Wow. Got me dreaming about a driveway with a basketball hoop, boss up, settle down, got a wish list, I just want you. And in the rest of the song, she's comparing what she wants now in her life to what other people are wanting. And so to really trigger people, she goes further, and in another verse, she says, they, the other people who are not her and Travis, they want that freedom, living off the grid. They want those 3 dogs that they call their kids. Ooh, that was a deep cut. That was hard. That really offended people. That good surf, no hypocrites. They want it all. She goes on and she says, but I just want you. And like I said, that really offended people. Her saying they have their dogs that they call their kids. The cat ladies, the dog parents, the plant moms, they came out of the woodwork crying and melting down on TikTok. And not only is this entire song and album trad wife propaganda and attacking people whose dogs are their kids, it is also racist. Are you guys tired yet? Are you tired? Because I'm not. We have more TikToks to look at. So here's some screenshots. This person says, wait, am I too woke? Yes. I'm already telling you, yes, you are too woke. But why did this line feel like a dog whistle for a completely white suburban neighborhood and like low-key white supremacy coded? It is not white supremacy coded. She is saying, I love this man who happens to be white, and therefore I want to have his children. I want to have many of his children, and therefore have an entire neighborhood of little Travis Kelce's. That is not white supremacy. That is being in love with a white man, which is not a crime. Liberal women. Another person right here. No, like this song is complete racist propaganda. Also a whole block of Travy? That is very frightening to me. Okay, well, good thing you don't have to marry him. Whatever your name is, Sydney in the city, you don't have to marry him. You don't have to have a whole block of children that look like the man you love. You should, because I feel like that would make you very happy, but you don't have to. Another one, here we go. Okay, so as white women, we absolutely should be listening to the discourse from the global majority about the anti-blackness undertones Miss Swift has once again failed to recognize. Guys, it is literally not that deep. I mean, can everyone just chill out? Like, please, like go take a walk, touch grass, get in your bond-charged sauna blanket, because guys, that thing is incredible. It gives you all of the benefits of an infrared sauna, like sweating out toxins, boosting circulation, easing sore muscle, improving mood and sleep, but in the comfort of your own home. So no spa appointment, no nasty, disgusting, dirty shared gym sauna. You just roll it out wherever you are, hop in and relax. I always come out feeling calmer, clearer, and way more energized. It is like hitting reset effect on your body and your mind. And so if you are looking for an affordable, convenient way to de-stress, support your health, and just feel better overall, go to bondcharge.com/Cooper to save 15% off your order. Again, that is bondcharge.com/Cooper, and you will automatically get 15% off at checkout. And guys, detoxing is not enough. To really move through all of this, to be better, you have to make sure that your body is getting the nutrients that it needs. And if I'm being honest, I never have the time to eat all the fruits and vegetables that I need on a daily basis, and that is where Balance of Nature comes into play. And as you guys know, I am always looking for new ways to stay on track of my wellness goals, and Balance of Nature always makes it easy. Their supplements are made with ingredients like whole apples, spinach, mango, and turmeric, real foods that I actually recognize, things that I can pronounce, and I love how convenient it is to add in more fruits, veggies, and spices into my routine without having to overthink it. So if you are ready to make the shift and get started, just visit balanceofnature.com, or you can call 1-800-246-8751 and use code BREAD at checkout to get a free fiber and spice supplement plus 35% off your first preferred set with free shipping and a money-back guarantee. Start your journey with Balance of Nature. Again, use code BREAD at checkout. When you love someone, as a woman in particular, when you love someone, the normal biological response when you love somebody in a romantic way and you are getting married is to want their children. Like on my second date with Alex, I remember talking about this when I was doing my tour in the spring, and we were talking about Barack Obama and Michelle Obama because Michelle Obama was saying she didn't want to have a son with Barack, she didn't want to raise a Barack. When I was on my second date with Alex, I immediately looked at him and I was like, I want to have a million little Alexes. I want to have a ton of sons that are just like you because I think you are so exceptional. That is a biological response that I had that I guarantee Taylor Swift is having because she is in love with this man, because she wants to marry this man. That is not a racist dog whistle, and I cannot believe that I am wasting breath on YouTube trying to explain that to people. But guys, we're still not finished. I know you might be tired, but we are not done, so buckle up, because it's not just that song Wishlist. It is all about the way that she rolled out the album and the fact that she is engaged in the first place. All of that in and of itself is apparently also conservative propaganda. Just take a listen.
Listen, I don't know how long Taylor Swift's been doing this, but I know it's been a pretty good amount of time. She's worked pretty hard for her career. Why are we sharing what you are saying is the best piece of work you've ever put out, and you're going to share it with a man? You're going to announce it with a... This is where the optics are starting. We are creeping our way down the conservative pipeline, and before you say that's a reach, I'm not done. We all know what's coming next, the engagement. They got engaged as a package deal with the album rollout. Yes, they did. The album was announced, and 1 day later, 2 days later, it was announced that they were engaged. We could talk about how manufactured that is. We could talk about how inauthentic it is. We could also talk about how it is yet another step towards the conservative pipeline.
There is something to be said for how smug so many of these videos are. Like, they just know better than all of us. They just know better than Taylor. Oh, she's creeping her way down. Give it up. Give it a break. Genuinely, it is not that deep. I mean, it's deep for Taylor because she's in love and she's getting married, but this is not the conservative pipeline. You listen to yourself. You are genuinely arguing that because this woman happened to get engaged around the time that she is putting out her first happy glitter pen, as she calls it, I'm in Love album in years, she is walking down the conservative pipeline. Maybe, just maybe, the two are connected because she is genuinely in love. You are genuinely trying to say that because she chose to announce her album on her fiance's podcast, doing her first interview literally in years with the person that she loves the most, feels safe with, trusts, who inspired the entire album, because of that, she's quote unquote centering a man. And why is she sharing it with a man? She's centering a man, and that apparently is inherently conservative. I mean, can't the woman just be in love? Can you just leave her alone, let her be in love? No, apparently not, because that makes all of her fans, all of these women, feel bad and feel invalidated. And apparently, Taylor's job is to make all of the Swifties feel good about their current circumstances. I'm sorry to break it to you, that is not her job. However, this fan on Reddit certainly thinks that it is. This person said, does anyone feel a bit betrayed by Taylor after she married a rich white guy and settled down with a white picket fence lifestyle? No, and you shouldn't either. I'm single and turning 38 this year, so I'm only a little bit older than Taylor. I always found her to be an inspiration for the feminist movement and used her music and influence to help me work on myself, my career, and my own passions. She really inspired me to be the best me and not settle for anything that wasn't exactly what I wanted. However, I can't help but feel a bit disappointed at her marriage to Jason. You don't even know who she's marrying. It's not Jason, it's the other one. It's Travis. Taylor was always the outsider, the creative and quirky girl with loads of talent and ambition. I think she taught many women like myself that we could be ourselves, dress how we wanted, and grab life by the horns. But now she marries a rich white jock? I can't help but feel like she led us all a bit astray. How did she lead you astray? When she was 15 years old, she was literally writing songs about being with the boy on the football team. In her music videos, she had boys in football attire. Like, this is her living her 15-year-old dream. She did not lead you astray. Also, what I think is hysterical is she said, she really inspired me to be the best me, not to settle for anything that wasn't exactly what I wanted. Okay, let's just take that. Maybe Taylor is not settling. Maybe this is what she wanted. It might not be what you want for her or what's going on in your life, but that should still be an inspiration that after all of these years, at the top of the world, she has so much money, she is so successful, she's at the top of her game, she has dated many men, men have dragged her along, have not proposed to her, have wasted her youth. After all of that time, after not settling, she found a man who is head over heels for her, who sits on his bro football podcast and giggles about her. I would say that that's not settling for anything other than what she wanted and what she deserves. Like, this is absurd. This is insane, mentally ill, parasocial, hyper-political behavior. It is all of those things. Now, thankfully, this is the silver lining here, thankfully, some people on the internet do have common sense and they started calling out the rest of these fans. This person, for example, said, Ophelia is reinforcing the patriarchy. Oh, polite is racist. Actually, romantic is homophobic. Canceled is MAGA. Wishlist is about eugenics. And yes, we only talked about Wishlist. Those are all other songs on the album that people have problems with. And then the person goes on and says, has everyone lost their effing minds? Yes, they have. Another person said, Taylor Swift is leaning towards the conservative pipeline for wanting to get married and have kids, a dream that many have. Do y'all want her to ditch Travis, switch races, paint her hair blue, and become a non-binary lesbian and an indie druggy loser? Like, I know you're joking, but actually, yes. Like, no, actually, they would rather her talk about a girl's roast beef than Travis's would. And I'm sorry to break it to you, but that is in fact a song on the album. But yes, literally, I think that is what her fans would prefer. The modern left, driven by these insecure, angry feminist women, have completely shown their true colors in their response to this album. And so, with that in mind, after I went down this rabbit hole, put this episode together for you guys, I completely retract. I'm reassessing my initial response. I retract what I said about conservatives staking claim on Taylor Swift right now. And I will take you back to that Evie article that I talked about that I didn't read when I first saw the headline. I'm going to take you back to how they concluded their very honest and intelligent review of the album. The Evie writer said, perhaps that is the real radical idea buried in the life of a showgirl. Taylor is not saying that every woman should want a family. She's just saying that she wants one. And in a culture where pride in being childless is celebrated, but admitting that you want kids makes you sound regressive, maybe her honesty is actually the most courageous, empowering thing that she could do right now. She's also reflecting the cultural shift that we're already seeing. Charlie XCX, who also hinted about wanting a baby, Selena Gomez, Demi Lovato just got married. Also Dua Lipa, a huge pop star, just got married. She's engaged. I don't know if she's gotten married yet, but she's engaged. If the Taylor Swift is singing about it, maybe we're about to see a domino effect of women falling in love and having kids again. There is no hidden agenda in that, because love, commitment, and family aren't dangerous ideas. They are simply natural. While I don't expect Taylor to be a stay-at-home mom next year, maybe her songs will give women permission to believe that love and family are worth celebrating too. Exactly. I could not have said it better myself. I think that was a wonderful way to end that article. And while wanting marriage and children and a normal life with your husband, if that is the the white picket fence that you dream of, well, that should not be political and it should not be fodder for some kind of political battle over a pop star. The left has made it so. The left, as you all saw today, has made marriage and falling in love and being in a heterosexual relationship, they have made that into a political statement. Their outrage, their own emotions about this album, it is completely their own fault. And because of the bed that they have made over the last 10 years, 15 years, we will happily lie in that bed and celebrate the positive impact of Taylor's joy and her marriage. There it is. That's the tweet. If you made it all the way to the end of this episode, thank you so much for watching. I had so much fun putting it together, and I hope that you enjoyed it too. If you did, make sure to hit that subscribe button because this channel only exists because of you. And if you're in the mood for more, I've got even more episodes right here that I think you'll love.